what is the purpose of a toy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like kind of what Joker brought up before. It's like, it's calming, and it's I don't want to say it's for everybody. It's a coping mechanism, but in a way, it kind of is. Like when you see a toy, it's like, oh, I remember that, or that's fucking cool. Like I wish, and this is my biggest heartbreak these days. I wish I had had a kid before Toys R Us went out of business. Because I wanted to just, I wish he could experience that fun of going to not a Walmart or a Target's toy section. The whole goddamn store is toys. And you know what I mean? Like you just go up and down the aisles looking at everything. And it's just like, it's almost like going into Willy Wonka's factory because there's literally nothing that doesn't engage you. It like the whole thing is designed to engage
It's Kid
you.
Mecca.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's almost, I would argue it's almost like creative mecca. Like as artists, I think the three of us can probably, and most of the people listening would agree that when you walk into an art supply store, there's a little bit of feeling where it's, well, the first feeling is, oh shit, how much is this going to cost? But then the second feeling is, wow, look at that set of brushes, or look at these new colored pencils, or look at this, this particular type of paper or whatever. And it's that tease of, there's something you can make out of this. And I think that same kind of feeling, that spark, comes out of when you see a toy. It's like, what story can I tell myself? Because when you're playing with toys as a kid, most of the time you're not doing it for anybody else but yourself. Like, the story that's going on. Like, that Batman is trying to fight the Joker to save Woody because, they didn't make a Vicky Vale action figure. But, you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those things where it was like, creativity is at your disposal. It's at your hands. And, like, even some of the things, like you were talking about Rainwater with the Power Ranger Zords, I was going to comment, one of my favorite things, I didn't own them. My best friend next door had them, was the Transformers figures.
Oh, sure.
There's nothing fucking cooler than a toy that becomes another toy. Like, so, like, and the creative possibilities that come out of them were just so engaging. And I felt like that was part of my introduction to storytelling as an artist. Like,
I was going to say, I really related to something Matt said earlier about setting up sort of diorama spaces with toys. Like, that was something I did a lot. And that definitely is like, I can see how for me that was sort of the kernel of like setting up scenes and imagining scenes. Because from there on, like I would generally spend even more and more time drawing out scenes that I would imagine in my mind because I didn't have the toys available to just, do it that other way. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's definitely for creative, toys for any creative mind at any age, are in a way I would argue very crucial. We don't think of them as crucial. We think of them as like kind of, I don't know, frivolous basically. But the reality is we, all of our creativity sort of initially extends from a point that we might consider frivolous. But as we put more energy into it and more, as it becomes more abstract and as we start to find ways to apply it in more generalized ways, all of that play turns into profit, quote unquote. I don't know what other word to use to describe
turns into something constructive, something productive.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's another one.
And, and if I can interject this, one of my I don't know if you guys know this or not, you may. One of my heroes in life that I aspire to be like and consistently fail at is Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he has a really great quote. It said, play is the work of childhood.
Oh, yeah.
And it's finding yourself as well as others, as well as your ideas about the world in your own arena. As a kid, and not influenced by your parents' opinions or schoolyard opinions necessarily, because you can be at your house doing this stuff. And I mean, I think Rainwater, like when you were saying, it's looked at as frivolous, it is in this country. But I think that is because this country is driven so hard to everything has to make money.
Right.
Everything has to be productive. Everything has, or if you're a child and you can't make money because of labor laws, because children worked at one point in this
Right.
country.
Right.
But labor laws happen and they're like, well, if you're not going to work and bring in money, then you're going to learn skills that will make you more money when you do start to work. So we need educational toys, or we need sports, or we need anything like that